Oh, 8-9-1 coming up for the Cougars. Ponciano just under the Mendoza line at 193 this season. Cougar catcher, junior from Vancouver, Washington, 5'8". And he swings the first pitch, and that's right to Dylan Jones. He's going to take it himself. And how about that? Just when Gavilio was working up his pitch count to 1 pitch at bats.
Well, I guess that's one reason why he's hitting 198. Maybe when you're in a slump, you're going to get desperate, obviously, to swing at the first pitch, first 2 pitches every now and then, and lo and behold, Ponciano sees fastball, makes contact with fastball.
Cody Bartlett, the 9-hitter for WSU, but he bats .340, second highest batting average on the team, and Coach Donnie Marvitt just really looks at him like a second leadoff guy. And already
has had a couple big home runs this year, 4 in total.
Tries to drag bunt attempt, just foul. He finds himself down 0-2.
And he had a home run in yesterday's game, in fact, in the 7th inning.
Free swinger is Bartlett, though. Remember doing a game against Arizona State a couple weeks ago. He just was swinging at everything. He's one of those guys, not your typical 9-hitter. He's either going to hit it a long ways or he's not going to hit it at all.
It seems like, though, this year, for some reason or another, he showed a lot more power at the plate.
0-2 pitch, curveball misses outside. Count 1-2. Kirkendall on deck for the Cougars. Only 1 hit so far. It's Michael Weber's triple in the first inning.
That was partially because of the misplay out there in right field by Michael Miller.
And one swung on, that finds the hole out there in right field. Bartlett going to be standing up at second with a double. Good piece of hitting by the Cougar 9-hitter. Finding that right field line, he's standing up at second.
And we're going to take a look at it again on the replay one more time, Riley. That was a little bit of a high fastball. Bartlett does a really nice job taking it the other way. It was actually slightly outside, if I do recall. At least that's what it looked like from the naked eye without looking at the monitor. But either way, great job by Bartlett to make contact with that baseball. And an ideal situation now for Donnie Marvitt. Leadoff man Gary Kirkendall coming up next with a runner in scoring position and only 1 out.
Right where you want to be. Cougars second base, extra base hit already as well. Double and a triple.
Right.
Good piece of hitting by Cody Bartlett, as you said, taking that outside pitch right down the right field line. Now Gavilio in trouble, runner on second for Kirkendall. He grounded out to first, back in the first inning.
Gavilio starting out backwards there with what looked like either a curveball or a slider. I'd say a slider.
A little sharper break, I'd have to say probably a slider as well. Interesting pitch selection on 0-0.
Well, Gavilio has pitched backwards more than Wise today.
Look at the shift the outfield has on for Kirkendall. Shifted the opposite field. How big of a hole do you have down the right field line?
Kind of interesting against a left-hand hitter as Gavilio delivers another breaking ball down low for ball 2. Good stop there by the catcher, Burberry.
A base open, but I don't really know if you want to keep advancing in this Cougar order. If you Usinich, Weber, and Jacobs due up.
And interestingly enough, down to run, Riley. Gary Kirkendall showing no signs of bunt right now as he calls time. It's granted by the plate umpire, Brian Blake.
I think if there were no outs, you would see a bunt here. One out, though, really just gives you a one-shot chance with Usinich.
True. And Usinich has already struck out today.
And with the speed you have with Bartlett on second, you'd assume a base hit would score him anyway. So the 2-0 offering. Gavilio checking on Bartlett over there. Maybe Bartlett's in his head, you could say that.
I guess partially why I would instinctively say maybe Kirkendall would bunt here. The infield playing back a little bit, especially at first.
Pitch on the way. Great off-speed. Wow, what a slider. On 2-0, that's showing confidence in your off-speed pitches.
Yeah, Gavilio doing a nice job with those low and in pitches today. That one happened to be a slider that made Kirkendall look really bad out there. Kirkendall way out in front of that pitch. Was expecting fastball all the way.
Counts 2-1 to the 5'10" junior out of Bonnie Lake. Pitch on the way, another curveball taken outside. 3-1, hitters count for the Cougar leadoff man. Struck out 34 times this year, though, leading the team.
A little bit ironic considering he's meant to be a leadoff hitter.
Well, same thing with WSU last year. He led off most of the year, and he led the team in strikeouts for WSU. That one stroked down the right field line. Another good play by Dylan Jones. He's going to take it himself at first base. Does advance Cody Bartlett to third. But wow, what a great play by Jones. He's had a couple of them already, Tommy.
Yeah, and again, Dylan Jones making that play because of timing and instinct over there at first base. Makes a nice lunge to his left. He timed the hops off the turf very, very well, I must say, especially for a visiting player.
That one was almost too early. He dove a little too early. That ball almost creeped over his head. Weird hop.
Nonetheless, though, solid timing.
Yep.
And that helps him make the play at first base unassisted.
So Kirkendall, 2 ground outs to Jones over there at third base. Now Vucinic comes in with a runner on third, chance to tie this game up. Ball 1.
Interesting that Gaviglio should go to the breaking ball here with a runner on third because, of course, as I mentioned a little bit earlier in this inning, of course, the 1 run for Washington State was not driven in. It was scored on a wild pitch, and there's another breaking ball delivered by Gaviglio. That one goes low and outside for ball 2.
Not where Parker Berberet wanted that. He was set up inside. He had to move way outside. It was actually close to a strike, but when you miss your spot that badly, usually the umpire's not going to give you the call.
Absolutely.
2-0 pitch. Think Vucinic gets something to hit here, and he does. Swings and misses. Count 2-1.
Looked like either a split or a sinking fastball there that he went after.
I think we're being deceived up here. I think that's just his fastball, but it has so much movement on it. It looks like a sinker.
That's some solid break to it either way.
How about that call? Trying to do a squeeze with 2 outs. I've never understood that. I've seen Coach Marvitt do that a couple times in my 3 years here at WSU.
Well, again, it's the same reason why Kirkendall would bunt with 1 out rather than no outs. Vucinic must have saw the infield playing back there.
3-1 offering. Just outside. Ball 4, and Vucinic didn't know it was ball 4. Now runners are going to be on the corners. 2 outs for Michael Weber, who tripled back in the first inning. So nonetheless, let's the Cougar 3-4 hitters have an opportunity to drive in that tying run.
Absolutely. Of course, to be fair, Michael Weber probably would have had a single anyways. It just happened to be a triple because of the misplay in right field by Michael Millers. He slid forward to try to catch the ball rather than just play it on the hop.
Misplay cost Oregon State a run back in the first. See if Weber can get it legitimately this time.
Of course, Weber with one of the highlights of this game by making a great slide and home plate, tagging the plate with his left hand, scoring on a wild pitch.
Change up outside, ball 1 to Weber.
And Vucinic deking out at first base, faking the steal. Vucinic on the year, by the way, 4-6 on stolen base attempts.
Weber hitting .335. Fouls that one back. Count evens at 1.
Wonder what Weber saw in that pitch, because that was a fastball that was coming very quickly in on his hands.
First real trouble I think we've seen Gaviglio.
Right.
That he's made for himself, I guess. That's probably a fair assessment.
But at the same time, there's 2 outs in the inning, and he's just got to relax and not worry about the runners on base.
Easier said than done. Tries the third to first move. Seen that work about 2 times in about my 13 years or so watching baseball.
He's got to be very careful, though, at least the way he just stepped. It almost
could have been a balk, yeah.
Yeah, well, it looked like that left foot wanted to take a step on the mound, and if that had happened, it would have been a balk.
We had to make sure he disengaged from the rubber. They are giving the Cougar lefties the right field line if they can pull one down there. Swung on and missed, and now the count was 1-2 in favor of Gaviglio.
It's kind of interesting that they do it once again with a left-handed hitter. Allow them that pull hit down the right field line. Of course, they did it with Kirkendall earlier in the inning.
Maybe that's giving away the strategy. They're telling Gaviglio to live away.
Certainly gives him a little bit of a hint.
Counts 1-2. Tries to find the outside corner, just misses. Evens the count at 2-2. So deuce is wild here for the Cougars. 2-2 on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Weber trying to deliver. Tie this game up. Gaviglio set at the belt. Takes a long time. Time could be called here. It is not. He delivers. fouled off. I'm surprised Weber did not call timeout. Gavilio took an awful long time and made Weber very uncomfortable at the plate.
And meanwhile, as Berberek goes out to talk to the pitcher Gavilio there. Maybe he got the signs crossed off, maybe not.
Something to note.
Probably just trying to figure out what to throw here. I would imagine on 2-2, you know, Gavilio has pitched backwards pretty much all day. I would imagine we're going to go see the fastball again, just like on that last pitch that Weber fouled off.
See if you can spot up. Does come set. 2-2 pitch on the way. Another good play by Dylan Jones, keeping his nose down, touching first base, and getting Sam Gavilio out of another jam.
Good fundamental play there.
So that's the third out. Cougars leave 2 on, come up empty in the bottom of the third inning. Oregon State still leads 2-1. You're watching Cougar Baseball on the Cougar Sports Network.